Now, CCTV's Sumitra Nydoo has been covering events at the 23rd edition of the World Economic Forum on Africa. She's live in Cape Town, South Africa right now with a summary of the events on day one and the analysis as well. Over to you, Sumitra.
Thank you very much, Rama, and a good evening to you from a cold and windy Cape Town. Of course, today was the first full day of the World Economic Forum meeting. We saw plenary sessions being held throughout the day, sideline discussions, bilateral meetings, and all around the theme of this year's WEF meeting, delivering on Africa's promises. And that's really what the discussions focused on, how to deliver on Africa's promises. Africa, of course, facing many challenges, a lack of infrastructure, high levels of employment, high levels of poverty. So these were some of the key issues that came up. Of course, youth unemployment, still a really big issue for most African countries on the continent. Agriculture was a nice initiative that came through, a talking point that came through, and there seems to be a renewed focus on agriculture as a means to addressing some of these challenges that Africa is facing. Joining me now is Jane Peruku, and she is head of AGRA, which is the Alliance for the Green Revolution in Africa. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. As I said, that renewed focus on agriculture. Are you getting the sense that people are really keen to get involved in the agricultural sector? Are they seeing it as really as a means to address some of these challenges?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think they are. I think for the first time there's such renewed energy, either at discussion level tables, in terms of actions, in terms of government involvement and the way they take this issue to be serious. I think we've never seen it as much as this year.
Of course there is the argument that yes, we have all of the land. Yes, we can do agriculture. But how do we get people interested in agriculture?
I think we get people interested in agriculture when it becomes profitable, when it becomes worth our time. We have a lot of structural challenges in terms of agriculture, particularly smallholder agriculture in Africa. I mean, as you're aware, 80% of the food we eat in sub-Saharan Africa is produced by smallholder farmers. So until we can make that issue of smallholder agriculture less subsistence and more profitable as a business, would not solve the problem of hunger or even profitable agriculture in Africa.
Women, of course, play a really important role. If you look at the numbers, it's really that women that are doing traditional farming. But are they getting the support that they need in order to do this and benefit from it?
I think that people are starting to be aware of the things they need to address so women can benefit. Because of the 80% smallholder farmers, an equal 80% are women. And we know these are women who not necessarily always have the land right. They don't enjoy the fruits of their labor. They may work hard, but the men get the proceeds of the farming. So I think in a lot of countries, there are some policy changes that are taking place in a way to make sure that women do have land rights, so they can use that for collateral to break the cycle of poverty, either by borrowing or by using it to leverage that asset, however small that it is.
Just, interesting comments coming through at this meeting is that it should become agribusiness. We should be teaching people not only to farm, not only to get into agriculture, but how to run a business. Are we seeing that kind of support coming through, the education and the skills that goes with agriculture?
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of development partners, let's say like the Swedish government, spending a lot of money in terms of improving the capacity, particularly of farmer groups. And the Norwegians, the Dutch, foundations like ourselves, and we are trying to intervene at different places within the agricultural value chain, different crop chains, value chains, so that we can take the weakness in any place and either use a granting mechanism to unlock that value. And then on the other hand, even state governments are also started to do that. So there's a holistic approach right now. Is it enough? It's not enough, but it's starting. We are starting to just do it.
What about funding? What about the financing for initiatives?
Okay, funding is still a very big challenge because accessibility to these people who have no collateral, who don't even know how to go about it. So we are seeing a lot of funds within Africa that all of a sudden they have an interest in agribusiness. But I would still argue absorption is still very low because people are not, if I'm a small agribusiness, what am I supposed to do to access these funds? Be they be commercial bank monies, or should they be impact investing, or just grants? And I think, so therefore we have a big challenge in terms of how do we educate the population in terms of how to access these funds as a first step, and then second step, how do we get more people to get involved in this sector?
Well, thanks, Jane. We're
Yeah.
going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for
Okay.
your time this evening. Jane Kuruku is head of AGRA, the Alliance for the Green Revolution in Africa. And of course, this is really what's coming through the discussions around these challenges. How do we actually get beyond that? And we've got another day at the World Economic Forum. So, of course, I will keep you updated on all the developments coming through from here. It's back to you, Rama.
Thank you very much. That was CCTV Sumitra Nydoo is covering the World Economic Forum, the 23rd edition of it, right in Cape Town, South Africa, here for CCTV Africa.